So tell me a little bit more about just the brand and the vision. Feels like such a values-driven company. There's so much like of your what you're adding to the conversation around sexual wellness. So tell me how your personal um, ethos, folks that work with you, how it's shaped the company and what it is that you're trying to put out there.
Well, I think when we started, uh, it actually started because I had this crazy orgasm, and I actually know Paige because I was actually in her accelerator, in an accelerator that she was running, the Portland Accelerate Fund. And right when we started the business, and I told this story to her, and her eyes popped out of her head, and she's like, "When is this going to be ready?" And essentially, I had this crazy orgasm when I was about 28, 29 years old, where I literally shuddered off the side of the bed and fell on the floor with one leg still hitched up on the bed. And I remember just laying on the floor going, "Oh my God, how do I do that again? Oh, how do I do it by myself?" And that stuck with me. And I've been in medical most of my life. I come from a family of engineers, and I literally it was so curious. It was like a Jack Russell Terrier with a tennis ball. I didn't want to let go of it. And I started actually looking into the physiology of erogenous zones and how did this particular orgasm come about. And what had happened was it's when you stimulate the G spot, or actually more appropriately, the urethral sponge on the anterior wall of the vaginal canal, using a come hither motion. So you really need to have a human partner to do this, or biomimicry. And biomimicry is actually the mimicry of biological motion, whether that's plant, animal, or human. So we're actually mimicking the motion of a human partner. So we're creating this come hither motion over the top of the G spot on the anterior vaginal wall. And at the same time, that little pink toy that you have, or that pink tool that you have, is called bocce. And what that does, it's another part of what ended up becoming our hero product, which is OSE, and now OSE 2. You're stimulating from the inside and also from the outside, mimicking the sensations of cunnilingus. And so I started looking into what was going on, how this was actually happening on a physiological level, and how do you recreate this, and how do you create something that can actually be utilized by multiple different types and sizes and shapes of bodies. And there was no data to be found that would allow that design to actually happen. So I actually had to go mine that data myself. It was very grassroots and really awkward, an awkward conversation for a lot of people at the very beginning. It was I would actually ask people these questions about, like, hey, where is your clitoris located in relation to your vaginal canal? Where is your G-spot located in relation to your vaginal canal? What's your, what kind of stimulation do you like? All of these things. And people would just go, and then they would realize I had no shame about it. So they would actually loosen up and go, this is really cool, actually. Nobody ever talks to me about this kind of stuff. And they would be really interested in the conversation. And the second thing I noticed about a lot of these people was that nobody knew nearly enough about their own anatomy. And I had to actually teach and walk people through how to find their G-spot, how to stimulate it in order to get this kind of orgasm. And the third thing was, obviously everybody wants to know, why are you asking me these questions? And I was like, because there's this very particular kind of orgasm that I had, and I'm not the only one. It's a thing. It actually, Women's Health coined this as the holy grail of orgasms, this blended orgasm, they called it. And every single one of them went, oh my gosh, you're making a thing and it does that? Can I have it? Do you have a list? When is it going to be ready? Can I buy it yet? And I was just tinkering around at that point, and I said, I don't, but I guess there's a market for this.